Good afternoon, everyone. I'm presently flying northern end of Ukraine, near the border of Belarus. We are presently heading towards the ghost city of Pripyat and the nuclear power station, ex-nuclear power station, Chernobyl. This place was put on the map on Saturday, 26th April, 1986. Number 4 reactor of the Chernobyl power plant went critical while they were doing a safety test on it. And things just went south from there. Let's have a look and see what it looks like today. There it is in front of us. What we're flying over right now would probably be the cooling ponds or the water reserves for it at the time, I guess. And beyond it would be the city of Pripyat. Thriving city back in the day, before the disaster that was the Chernobyl reactor number 4 meltdown. Let's go see how they rendered it in Flight Simulator 2020. Once again, for this though, I don't have any mods for Chernobyl, so it is as you see it in the simulator. If my memory serves me right, this area over here, they would have like a bunch of transformers and whatnot, send out power everywhere. As you can see, that's not the case anymore, but the actual station would be right there. That would be the actual nuclear power station, and you can see Pripyat further in the distance. Let's go have a fly around the station, see if we can see the dome and everything else that's been put there right now. So right off the bat we can see the main complex of the power station. It has not been rendered in. They haven't worked on it, unfortunately. As you can see, and they put a generic building for the sarcophagus that they built for it. So that's a shame. Hopefully they will do something about that in the future. If they do, we will be coming and seeing this place, but yeah, that would be that would represent the dome right now over reactor number 4, which blew up. So instead of a power station, they just made a mound with a couple buildings on it. Kind of a shame. Alright, let's move along and go see the once thriving city of Pripyat, now a ghost town. Seeing the historical importance of this place, you know, being a Category 7 nuclear disaster, there were only 2 ever of those. Chernobyl being one, and the next one being Fukushima in Japan. Category 7 being the most severe. Oh, you actually see that the... Okay. Yeah, being the most severe, you can see everything around it was more or less abandoned in a haste, and that is sort of represented here when you look at it because of all the trees. So all the buildings are surrounded by trees. We don't really see the roads or anything anymore. So on that side, Pripyat is pretty well represented. Building-wise, I don't see any of the buildings you would normally be able to recognize, like the Ferris wheel and the park, the famous Ferris wheel you see in most movies that have to do with Pripyat. But you can clearly see that this place has seen better days. Lots of vegetation around. We don't really see the roads anymore, except for maybe this one over here, which is also covered in green, so... The town is better represented than the power station, that's for sure. Yeah, you could just try to imagine this place was once thriving, a lot of people living here, the whole families of everybody working at that power plant, which was supplying a lot of electricity to Ukraine and, well, the former Soviet Union at the time. Got some historians that say Chernobyl disaster was one of the things that made the Soviet Union fall. There were several factors, but it would have been one of the major ones. Believe it or not, all this area around here was heavily radiated. Not so much today, but you know, you're still not supposed to go wandering around these woods. And there's a guy that I follow on YouTube called Bald and Bankrupt. He actually came into these zones and found people that were living here, believe it or not. And yeah, he's been visiting the place a lot, and that's what got me interested into this area. So if you have a chance, go see his videos out. He visits all the former Soviet areas. But yeah, there are people that, you know, don't have lived here all their lives and decided, I'm gonna keep living over here, even with the disaster. The power station isn't completely abandoned. There's still a lot of work going on over there. Cleaning up, there's, I think, over 500 people working there daily, according to what I read. So it's not abandoned. It's a international organization that's taking care of the cleanup. Lots of work being done, but they will still have a lot of work to go. The sarcophagus, which was poured onto the reactor back in the day to try to put a cap on top so that the radioactive fumes would stop spewing. Oh, look at that! You could see the dome on the ground being erected where those houses are, right off the wing. That's actually now is on top of reactor 4. They rolled that off, so you can see that the images on that they're using for making this place are quite dated. Yeah, that's where all the transformers were back in the day. Transformers and power lines. Yeah, they estimate at least another century minimum to clean this place up. And even then, would probably still not be usable. Just to go show you that things can go wrong real fast and the consequences of them are enormous. Yeah, so this tour won't be too big. I just wanted you guys to see this area. Unfortunately, the power plant is not well rendered. The city is pretty well represented with the trees and everything. So I'm gonna land here in the water, and next video we're gonna actually be visiting the capital of Ukraine, Kiev. So let's find a spot to land here and call it a day. I'm not going to bore you with the flight back to Kiev. It was a pretty long one. Gotta say though, this place is nice if it wasn't for all the radiation. Alright, this looks like a good place to land on the water. Let's start slowing down here. Start bringing down the flaps to slow down even more. I seriously doubt anyone's allowed landing here normally. But hey, considering this is a flight simulator, why not? Let's just glide her down, shall we? Bring out the flaps one more shot. Start pulling up so our AOA is in the green when we do touch water. Angle of attack is good. And we are in the water. Alright. Let's bring down the rudder. And there we have it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this short video. It was a short one. It's only not even 15 minutes long, I think. We got to visit Chernobyl and also the city of Pripyat. Next up will be the city of Kiev. So let me know what you think. What you think. And I'll see you next time. As always, take care. This is Boss Cube signing off.